The great Sophia Laspina, 3 catches, 45 yards. The first female ever to score a touchdown in a varsity football game on Long Island.
15-year-old Sophia Laspina became the first female to score a TD in Long Island history.
Laspina says she grew up playing football in the backyard with her siblings and decided to give it a try.
I play wide receiver for boys tackle. I don't want to say boys. I play wide receiver for tackle football, and I play quarterback for girls flag football.
In order to do what Sophia does, it requires a great deal of mental toughness. It's not easy to step outside the box, step outside of traditional roles. It takes some fearlessness.
Sophia is definitely mentally tough. Practicing with the guys every single day, not hesitating to jump in, just play football.
She continues to set a standard, that she shows that, the door is open for everybody.
Well, she broke 2 barriers, right? So the first barrier that she broke was being the first female to ever score a touchdown. To take that next step and be the quarterback. The quarterback's the leader. There is no other quarterback in the county that can throw the way that she throws. She first broke that barrier, scoring that touchdown, and then broke that barrier again in the first pilot season, being the first conference champs of Nassau County.
My name is Sophia Laspina. This is No Days Off, presented by Gatorade. I started playing football in 7th grade. It was a little nerve-wracking because, of course, I was the only girl playing with a bunch of guys. I didn't really want anyone on the other opposing team to know I was a girl, just because I didn't want them to treat me different. I didn't want them to go easy on me or just not tackle me because I'm a girl, so I never really showed it.
This past season, Sophia had really had a solid training camp. She was one that had made significant strides and movement up the depth chart. We put Sophia on the field and she found a way to make a play, and she had run that play all week long in practice and really looked good, and it was the first thing I called, never thinking that, it was gonna lead to a big catch and play, and she scored, and my sideline erupted because of the amount of work that she's put into becoming a good football player. And later on, it was confirmed that it was the first time in our state history that we'd had a female score a touchdown, and became something that young girls can look to and find motivation in, to be willing to step out of the traditional norms and get involved with a great sport.
I was driving home from the game, again, just thinking everything was normal. And then I got a text from my coach saying, Newsday wants to interview you, and then that's when everything just started going down.
Some sports history was made at a varsity high school football game on Long Island.
First on the football field this weekend on Long Island, a female football player scored a touchdown.
I had no idea, what it was. I thought I was just a person catching a touchdown like everyone else. I had no idea. I met Joe Namath, and I went on Amazon an NFL commercial, and I was invited to the Jets game in a box, and they brought me down on the field during a timeout, and they showed me on the big screen that I was the first female to score a touchdown on Long Island.
If there is a role model to look up to, within our community and for girls across Long Island, I think Sophia is certainly that. Someone that's willing to go the extra mile and step outside the box and outside your comfort zone and really chase what you want. She didn't care about the obstacles in her way. She stepped out and she took a chance and bet on herself and did it. And I think that's something that should be applauded.
Sophia's leadership on the field is unbelievable. I'm a team captain, and I look up to her. Not too many girls play football on a boys team, so she had to step out of her comfort zone, which she did, and it was awesome. She's mentally tough. She goes out, plays football hard, has fun, and she's dedicated.
I've known Sophia for about 8 years, I'd say. She has grown so much from what she was. Nobody really looked at her differently, and nobody treated her any differently. She came out and played as if she was one of us, and she was. She showed her dominance there.
In the 3 years that I've been coaching Sophia, I've seen her grow immensely, working her way into starting positions in both the fall and the spring football teams. I would say that she's a role model on both teams. I think one of the things that she's done in the fall is kind of show that girls can play tackle football, and then continues to excel in the flag football game as well. She helps set a standard in the sport that it can be accomplished by anybody. If they work hard, if they show up, if they do what they're supposed to do, doesn't matter who they are, their gender, they can participate and be just as competitive and accomplished as anybody else.
On the field too, she's an extremely hard worker. She's super dedicated, super passionate about football, and she always wants what's best for the team. And it's just awesome to have someone to look up to like that, especially starting a new sport. It's obviously very nerve-wracking, and we didn't really know what to expect, but then having something like that really calmed us down, made us more confident, and we're just so lucky to have someone to look up to like that.
There is no other quarterback in the county that can throw the way that she throws. First one at practice, last one off the field. She's not afraid to be a leader, be assertive, but everybody needs that, especially when you're trying to learn a new sport like that. Everybody looks to her as like, Sophia, what are you doing? And she knows, so she's like a third or fourth coach that we have.
The flag football season went way better than I expected. We went undefeated the whole season, 1 tie, 7 wins. I like how everyone came together and we all worked hard for what we wanted to do, and it came out the way we wanted it to. I hope that anyone that sees me playing football and sees like how I did, I hope it shows them that they can do that too, especially when like I didn't even know that what I was doing in the moment. I feel like if you're confident in yourself that you could do it and that you know you can, I would like to see a lot more women play football. I think that they could do it and nothing could stop them. I think what Gatorade is doing with Fuel Tomorrow is awesome. I think it's great that they're helping other people break down barriers and giving access to sports.
Well, there's no doubt that Sophia has an extremely bright future, whichever path she chooses to take. I think the hard work and dedication and the foundation she's built as an athlete will carry her to unbelievable success in whichever path she chooses to take.
I had Sophia in class as well, and she is a hard worker in that aspect. So she's going to accomplish great things, football or otherwise, because of who she is as a person and how hard she works every day.
To any haters, I would just like ignore their opinion, and I use it as fuel to prove them wrong. If I was speaking to a young female football player, I would tell her that she could do whatever she wants and no one could stop her. What's inside me is inside you.